What's up, guys? It's Sean with the Sports Free. So I wanted to make a quick video talking about everything that happened with Ezekiel Elliott yesterday. It was a crazy Friday. It actually broke, I think, Thursday at midnight. Around that time, I think I was laying in bed when I got the first notification. Apparently, reports came out that Kia Roberts, which was the lead investigator for the NFL, came out and acknowledged that she thinks that Ezekiel Elliott should get no game suspension after she talked to Tiffany Thompson, the accused, the person that accused him, the accuser. And it's very surprising because she was the only one that talked to Tiffany Thompson. And so the report came out, the NFL admitted that evidence from the final report. Ezekiel Elliott and the NFLPA filed a lawsuit against the NFL to stop the suspension. So pretty much the NFL still has a chance to go ahead and say what their verdict is, either reduced or no games suspension. But NFLPA and Ezekiel Elliott are still proceeding with that court filing if there are any games, no matter what. So, and they're filing on conspiracy theories, guys. And it sounds ridiculous, this conspiracy theories, because it just doesn't, I can't see how this is even possible, right? Because if you're such a big organization like the NFL, how did you let this happen? And let me kind of explain what happened, guys. This is so, it actually makes a lot of sense. It makes too much sense for it to be true to me. Because think about it. So Lisa Friel, I think that's how you say her name, is the head investigator for sex crimes or whatever for the NFL, or investigator for all of this stuff, right? She's the one that pretty much gets the reports from the investigators and reports it to Roger Goodell. She left out that Kia Roberts, who interviewed Tiffany Thompson, said 0 games. She recommends 0 games based off of what Tiffany Thompson said, based on how she answered, I guess, the questions. I don't know the details, right? It was omitted from the final report. That was never part of the final report to Roger Goodell. And all these reports coming out that saying, she's actually a rabid Giants fan, huge Giants fan. Her former bosses says she's a diehard Giants fan. She's actually from New York. She's a New York lawyer and prosecutor. She worked in the sex crime unit for prosecution for the DA of New York. So she has a lot of history in this stuff, right? And I commend her. She's got a good background. I see why the NFL brought her on, right? But it puzzles me because it actually came out, and I was reading about it, that she was actually the lead person that determined only 1 game suspension for Josh Brown, which everybody was puzzled about a year ago when that all happened. Because, he admitted to domestic violence. He admitted to it multiple times. They knew it happened because they had to move his wife to another hotel during the Pro Bowl because of it. So why was it only a 1 game? No, and that report never came out why it was 1 game. They just said it was some litigation or something. Something they sat down and mitigation, that's the word. And they sat down and talked to him and they worked it out and came to a 1 game suspension. But if you think about it, if she's really a diehard Giants fan, this was a Giants kicker. So it's too good to be true, right? This makes too much sense. And it's wow, can it really be that fucked up? Can it? Can we really have someone the NFL hired that has a history of doing this in New York and prosecuting and is a lawyer, used to be a lawyer, right? And she's very biased and unfair. I pray that can't be true, because that makes me kind of scared that there was an attorney out there like that prosecuting people in real life for actual crimes that might have been biased, right? But the NFL came out and denied it. But why admit what she recommended? That's what confuses me. That's what pisses me off. It's how are you going to admit the one person that actually talked to the person that's accusing him, and not give it a fair chance, right? I feel like you got to put all the information on the table. Because if Roger Goodell is not doing any of the investigation, he's just deciding factor at the very end, right? He's just going to look at all the information and say, okay, based off of what y'all gave me, I'm going to make this decision. So why would you not include the one person that actually spoke to her and what she recommends? That makes no sense to me. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Obviously, Ezekiel and NFLPA think there's a conspiracy to withhold information. Pretty much what the NFL needs to do, they won't. They will not do it because it's like an admission of wrong. But what they need to do is just drop it down to 0, admit it, and be done. Like, just nullify the ruling. Wash their hands of this, because this is going to be drug out to court, and it's going to be bad. It really is, okay? Because I feel like you're giving a platform for people just to accuse someone and then suspend them. That's pretty much what you're doing, because you have no proof here. Literally no proof, and yet you're going to suspend someone to max games. That's not how the law works. That's not how due process works. And it's frustrating to me. You know, I can understand maybe a couple games. I could have. You know, I was expecting maybe 3 games. 3-4 games at the most, and then they maybe appeal and get it down to 2. That's what I thought. I was for sure thought that. But when they came out 6 games, that's domestic violence. And, you know, if there is any kind of evidence for it, of course, he should easily get 6 games. But there's no evidence. Literally, Tiffany Thompson has no credibility. And it's just frustrating, guys. As a Cowboy fan, I'm pissed. But also, I'm very excited that if this happens and he's available for the season, guys, my whole record prediction is totally changed. I see the Cowboys winning the division, possibly against the Eagles. I have fantasy rankings are all changing. Man, I got David Johnson and Ezekiel Elliott in one of my fantasy leagues, and that is looking amazing right now, if he doesn't have to serve the suspension. But we will have to see, guys. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Do you think this is bullshit like I do? Can you believe how idiotic this seems? Like, this seems too, like, just unreal that they have this kind of conspiracy in the NFL, right? Among, like, a former attorney, right? A former lawyer. So let me know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. And I'll see y'all next time. Later.